Howdy everybody, and welcome to a special video I've been trying to do for quite a while now. I haven't been recording for a while because my recording studio was kind of cold. It was snowing outside and stuff, and my recording studio doesn't have insulation. So it was really cold out here. It was really hard to try and record. I tried, it didn't work out at all, so I'll record the next Subnautica episode pretty soon. But the point of this episode, if you haven't already read the title, is we're going to Guarma and Red Dead Online. You can still get there, yes. Well, you can sort of get there. It's kind of weird. But what I wanted to first point out was this area right here that I'm walking through. It's really nice, isn't it? Really beautiful, birds chirping. You can't get to this area unless you do a glitch. This area isn't part of the map. It's really interesting how much of this game actually rendered. This is on the other side of Flatiron Lake. This is over by Mexico, but not exactly in Mexico. I escaped Mexico, and now I'm on the other side of Flatiron Lake. Just walking around. Now, this is the Lemoyne part of the forest, where if you keep walking backwards, you will hit the swamp. As you can see, there's like little things hanging off the trees and stuff. I noticed this, and I had to take a picture of it. This area is just so pretty. I thought it was pretty when I first got in there, and I was like, the lighting and everything works beautifully here. This is nice. And I was going to try and make it like a derpy kind of video, like can you spot the difference or something, but clearly you can tell I'm on the other side of Flatiron with that big gray background over there and the silver lining of the trees. This forest was just really astonishing to me and how much trees were actually back here. And the only reason this is here is because underneath the actual floor that I'm walking on right now is the map of Guarma, which I will show you what I mean here in a minute, because all the videos I've been watching on YouTube are surprisingly fake. Everybody thinks they're getting to Guarma, when really they're just pointing their binoculars or they're just on top of a mountain that's supposed to be in the distance for game effect. The real map of Guarma is underneath the whole Red Dead 2 map. You have to get underneath the map in order to get to actual Guarma. And the reason you can tell is because of the palm trees. Now let's get right into it. This was the part that really confused me. I didn't quite understand, but I realized this was the very bottom right corner of the map. You can't go any farther than I just went on foot. You fall through like I did and die. But my friend Vaughn was luckily there to lasso me, so I didn't die. We're in the same posse, so that's why his lasso isn't hanging me right now. But I was looking around and I saw there was no Guarma. I was very disappointed. I was like, if I die, this is it. I'm going back to Saint Denis. He either has to pull me back up or I die. And there was no way for him to pull me back up because the lasso had glitched through the ground. So at this point, I was thinking, I just did all this for nothing. It took us almost an hour and a half to get to the corner of the map right there. And my friend was walking backwards with me, trying to walk me back to the way we came, and I was like, nah, this isn't going to work. I'm just going to break free from your lasso. I was looking on the map, nothing. You can even see the black lines on the edge of the map. That's how far we were. We were pretty far out. And if you want to watch some other videos on this glitch, there are plenty of other videos showing you how to do this way more sufficient than I did. But he walked backwards with me a little bit, and I fell through a really big pit, which you are about to see. I fell through a really large pit and teleported onto the bottom of the ocean floor somehow. It doesn't really make sense, but I'm just going to go ahead and roll the clip for you guys. Oh, I broke free. I hit the ground. I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground!
Wait, yo, hold on.
My horse can get me.
Can you send me a posse invite?
Yo, my horse, he's here. Yo, you gotta jump down here. Yo, no way, I can ride around down here. Your horse can find you. At this point, so many thoughts are going through my head, and I'm thinking about what I just did, and I was like, what caused me to get down here? Was it the lasso? Was it the fact that I had my gun out? Was it the fact that I shot my gun? Because when I get down there, you can see I shoot my gun a little bit like that. But I was like, oh, how did I get down here? And then I looked back through the footage and realized that it wasn't the lasso or any of that. It was just me going a little bit away from the corner. You walk a little bit down from the corner and jump off the edge, and it throws you in this weird pit. Throws you in a really deep pit, which then, that pit will spawn you on the ocean floor, which I thought was really cool because I figured this all out on my own, and that's actually pretty astonishing to me. What the fuck? Oh.
Oh
my god, you guys are so far away.
Dude. You're fine. You're fine. You didn't live. I don't know why you didn't live. I heard you screaming. I heard you screaming and I was like, he'll be fine. And then I heard you hit the ground. You are not okay. That little gray speck way up there is my friend, getting ready to jump off the corner of the map. But what he didn't know is that if you go a little bit backwards, you won't plummet to the ground like that. I saw his body hit the ground like that, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to save the clip, because I couldn't stop laughing when that happened. I had to save the clip from that. And the next clip I'm showing you is when I actually got to Guarma. I didn't really record my way to Guarma, so I thought I should show you the general path at least. So this is the very first mountain you'll encounter after getting off the corner of the map, which you can actually see way over there in the distance, the corner of the map right there where I jumped off. You come over to this mountain over here on the top, where you'll see a bunch of trees. There'll be a little bit of trees, but there's mainly a bunch on the other mountain across from this one. And you'll see that this one is sort of covered in a bunch of grass, and the top is completely gray. There's no snow, but you can sort of see like sand running off the little divots. That's the one you want to go on top of, and that's when you'll be able to see this mountain right here. This mountain is sort of covered with trees all the way up to the side. I kind of had to get up onto a different mountain to get a better picture of it, which I'll show here in a minute, but this mountain is this is the main mountain that you want to go over. You don't want to go completely over it. You kind of want to travel through the middle. It's really hard to explain because I don't really remember how I did it, but I can remember it to my best, and I'm trying really hard, but if I remember correctly, I went exactly through the middle, which you'll see right here in this clip. Now, this little divot with the sand in it, I kind of went up that a little bit, and I went through the middle of the top of the mountain. You can see there's a divot in the top. I went through the top of the mountain, and then I started to scale downwards. And as it went downwards, it started to cover everything in this weird, no-clip desert texture, which you can walk right through, and then you can see the ocean. You want to walk straight towards the ocean, and then you'll see the edge of the map, which kind of looks a little bit like what I'm about to show you. And that's when you'll hit Guarma, my friends. This is the exact clip when I found Guarma. So, as soon as I step onto this weird texture that's underneath the map, this is underneath the map, as soon as I step onto that texture right there, it started playing the ambience for Guarma. You can clearly hear the bongos at this point in the video. I'm going to amplify the audio for you in the next clip that I show you so you can hear it. But this is Guarma. You can see the palm trees, you can see the grass. It's just underneath the map, where the game technically hasn't told it to load Guarma. So there are no textures that you can touch or stand on. There's no clip down here because it's underneath the map itself. When it's underneath the map, it's basically just waiting for somebody to activate it in a mission, like campaign. As soon as you activate it, it's going to load Guarma underneath the map and make everything above the map low resolution. So basically, this is where they've been hiding Guarma, and this is where the actual high resolution Guarma is. All those other videos, I'm sad to say that those locations are not actually Guarma because they don't have palm trees. As you can see, this place has palm trees, and the ambience continued to play, and the island of Guarma continued to load, as you can see the grass in the background. But I traveled a bit too far, and curiosity killed the cat, and I started falling infinitely. But you don't fall forever, because apparently there is some sort of texture down there you can land on, which you then get a death signal. As you can see, you might have to go back and change the speed of the video down a little bit so that you can actually see it, but I did hit my head on something. You can see it, so there might be some texture down there that you can walk on in high-resolution Guarma. But as you can see, there's not really much color down there or anything because, yet again, it is under the map, and the only thing it is loading is what it needs to load, which is just the textures, technically. So you can't really clip with anything down there, but the ambience, sometimes, if you're lucky, will continue playing after you respawn here in either McFarlane's Ranch or in St. Denis, which is really cool because then you can just listen to bongos the entire time you're playing. I enjoyed that. I listened to 30 minutes of bongos before I got bored and decided to get off. But now I want to show you guys the actual ambience because I thought that was the coolest part of going to Guarma, was that the ambience actually confirmed that it is Guarma. So I'm going to replay the clip that you just saw so that you can hear the ambience playing in the background. And the ambience didn't stop there. It continued playing the entire time I was down there, and it actually continued playing after I died, which actually surprised me. I guess the game just lagged out its audio file or something, because I was jamming to bongos for like an hour before I decided to get off of Red Dead completely. But what do you think? Do you think this is Guarma or not? Those palm trees were pretty solid evidence, so leave your suggestions or your theories down in the comments below. I'll try and like them and read them as soon as I can. But anyways, thank you guys for watching my video on how to get to Guarma in 2020. Still working after the update, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.